Nobody likes an Adolf Quitler.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody was here before the show, and then they all took off like when it started. Like, we're good. That's right.
Good call.
The party ain't over, but you can't stay here.
That's right.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Well, he's already been recording.
Well.
Because he always does.
Always record. Always record.
Always be
yes.
Welcome back to the
very
Trick
upset.
Talking Meat podcast. I'm your host, as always, Brother John, and the smoke show to my left.
Zally.
And Mr. Useless to her left, Josh, producer. And for the first time ever, we have a fourth mic, Quizmaster himself,
Hey,
Joe Crowe.
it's me, Joe Crowe. How are you guys?
I'm so glad you're here because there's nothing here that's going to be worth hearing.
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
If you just want to hear a podcast of useless banter with
That's
all of
us.
your wealth and knowledge,
Oh, okay.
I am honored that you're here for no reason.
Now, I am here for no reason. I heard this was happening, and I invaded the whole thing.
You didn't
Because-
invite anything. We love Joe Crowe.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
But as I said before the thing started, I said I don't do audience anymore.
Right.
I can't just watch things.
We've never actually had an audience, so this is the
Nope.
first time.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for
Like
coming
you
by.
guys, this
First
is
time.
sold out.
This
as
is
far
like-
as-
You guys are the guinea pig audience. We've
Yep.
never tried to do one live.
yes.
I don't think we'll ever do it again after this. We're also trying to keep it PG today, which is also something very off the scale for the Trick Talking Meat
Extremely.
podcast.
It's going to be very difficult.
uh,
Yeah,
No.
that means we have to take your mic away.
Yeah.
right.
Mine or his?
Yours.
No, it's probably mine.
He says mine. I'm not that bad.
The last 4 questionable content episodes we've had, all you.
It's always her. It's the innocent, quiet ones.
It is. You guys will never expect it. Ever.
Now, that's the question, though, because I'm sitting here trying to think of the topic for today, and I'm like, well, I guess we're freeballing it, but I don't know if you can even say that, can you?
We always do, though.
I mean,
It's kind of a low-hanging fruit.
Questionable.
oh, here we go.
Have you ever noticed that the innuendo is so much worse than the dirty stuff you could be saying?
Yeah.
Just yeah.
But we are trying to keep Josh's job secured. You're not getting a promotion this year. I'm sorry.
Right.
So, Joe Crowe, what's on your mind, man? We've never had a fourth guy or a guest here, so you're it, dude.
I am tickled to death that you guys invited me. I invited myself.
No, we invited you, man.
50-50.
Hell yeah.
But I never have time never take time to do my own podcast. So the fact that you guys have done this already is an accomplishment.
Right.
Because-
I think we're coming up on a year now.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yep.
Apparently, we've been pushed into the recommended category, too, for comedy.
Yeah.
Did we really?
Yeah.
We actually get recommended a lot to the Joe Rogan crowd.
No kidding.
Oh,
Yes. I
Well,
knew that.
really?
Yeah.
I don't even listen to Joe Rogan.
I've
I
been
don't
trying to work
either.
it out. I think we're the safe alternative for the people who are too embarrassed to listen to Joe Rogan.
We're
Right.
safe.
Well, I'm.
We're
Comparatively-
safe.
Comparatively.
Compared to maybe?
I think
don't
I'm too
know.
embarrassed to listen
That's
to Joe
question-
Rogan myself.
Allegedly.
I don't even. What is the deal with Joe Rogan? Is he just an
Oh,
a-hole now, or-
Lord.
Pretty much.
Why?
What isn't wrong with Joe
he's
Rogan?
A conspiracist and
He
everything,
was-
so.
he's one of
He
those
was.
guys.
This is for you. I think he is my 5th favorite cast member on news radio, and that's
I forgot
Okay,
he was
good,
totally
good,
on
all right.
there.
but no, I'm in the middle of my big convention every year is Dragon Con. I'm the director of the sci-fi classics track there.
Awesome.
That sounds important, but I have no idea what that is.
Good call. And
I know, that's important. Yeah.
I'm just putting together all the panels and discussions and Q&As for all the TV and movie people from the 2000s and like the early 2000s and earlier. So pretty soon your movies will be.
No, because
But-
I'm not working.
But anyway,
yeah, but at least you have movies.
That
but
is true.
that's one of the things. I have an actual day job, but that's not
What do
sci-fi
you do
related.
during the day?
I'm a. It's a good question.
You can't just sit around and watch TV all day. I
Unfortunately,
sit around and watch TV all day.
I'm a copy editor and a social media specialist at a publishing company.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but and our little publishing company, it's super technical and businesslike, there's a whole magazine about windmills.
Right.
That's it.
What? That's it?
Just wind engineering.
The wind beneath our wings.
Yes, that's the whole magazine.
Like
And
those
they,
big, like those big white
yeah,
milk.
yeah,
That's it?
yeah,
What do they do? Just like take pictures of it and just
yeah.
hey, look at this windmill.
Yeah.
Isn't it awesome?
That's the whole magazine.
I'm just kind of shocked there's magazines anymore still. You go to
That
like
is true.
Walmart, they used to have like 50 feet of magazines.
Mhm.
You know, I was,
Metal made a comeback.
huh?
Heavy metal did make a
Heavy
comeback.
metal did make a comeback. You know, my wife went to France last week. She brought me home a heavy metal book from France, which was
Seriously?
rad. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it was like an old one from the 80s, but it was still kind of rad.
Still counts.
right.
All
I'm
right.
always shocked when I go through like Walmart and I see their little like 4 foot of magazine racks and it's like Golf Digest. Like, who reads this, man? Like,
Right.
who came to Walmart specifically for Hummingbirds Monthly and why? I mean, if all the crap you could find on the internet, like, that just seems like the most readily available thing you could do. Why would you pay money for that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they finished the internet,
Right.
and they're like, "Look,
We've ran out of crap. Let's go back to print.
I gotta find out more about hummingbirds."
And who's the guy who runs the magazine? Like, did you give up on life? Like, he was going to write his great opus and then decided, you know what? I'm phoning it in.
That's the New Yorker. I mean,
I've got to start Hummingbird Monthly.
too many rejection letters, I guess.
Or not enough rejection letters.
That is true.
Oh, believe me, we all get enough rejection letters.
Yes, indeed. And the other thing, another thing that I do on weekends is I'm a wrestling announcer, and
And I'm envious of that.
I'm getting you involved at some point.
I love wrestling. I'm a mark. I don't care.
Yep.
You know what? It's guilty. Is there such thing as a guilty pleasure? If you just like something, to hell with it. If then nobody else likes it.
I don't think wrestling counts.
What do you mean? Which one?
WWE.
Oh, all of it.
It's all of it.
You
I
know,
don't like
all
it
of
all. I like indie wrestling because those guys are out there just trying.
Yeah.
They're
You know-
just putting their all in for it.
You know, I go to some of these local matches that I'm sure that you like emceed,
Yeah.
and it's like if there's a guy in there willing to take like 40 light bulb shots to the face for like $20, you've got to be a good person. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're willing to hurt yourself for my personal amusement,
Yeah.
good on you, man. I'm behind you all the way. Yes, give me your crappy $20 T-shirt. I'm in. You know,
And I
sold.
A good one for me.
Which one?
Glow.
Oh, the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. Yeah.
Sure.
No, I remember wrestling. I'm old school, man.
Yeah.
I came in with Andre getting the body slam from Hogan. My
Yeah.
granddad was
Yep.
like a sold. He was a true believer, man.
My dad.
He loved some wrestling. Well,
My
your dad
dad-
looks like Sergeant Slaughter.
My dad does look like Sergeant Slaughter.
Ask her
Cool.
after the show. I'm telling you, it's creepy. And
Well,
I know
he looks,
Sergeant Slaughter.
He looks like
she
an old
really,
Sergeant Slaughter now, but he definitely looks like Sergeant Slaughter.
he does. If he just had the little
Sarge.
drill instructor hat, he'd be spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep.
And he was a GI Joe, so that makes
Yeah.
it double cool.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which is funny because my dad lives in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, which, if you know Hasbro,
Hasbro headquarters.
Hasbro.
What?
Yeah.
If Alabama, where we currently are, is
Oh,
like,
that's
for
true,
example,
was.
the
They
ass
moved.
end of the United States for the South, Pawtucket, Rhode Island would in fact be the ass end of the northern part of the United States. There is
Probably.
nothing there.
No, there really isn't.
There
I
is
mean-
talk that they're going to move Hasbro, though, down to Boston or something.
Yeah, I think they're looking at Boston.
And I'm like, that's a bummer. You can't move Hasbro.
But yeah, I grew up actually, because I mean I was in preschool in around like '87, and my preschool was literally right next door to headquarters, and
Did you get free swag?
we never got to keep it, but they would
Boo.
come
Boo.
over with like all like the new Milo ponies, the new Transformers and everything, and they would play test it with us. And so yeah, I was a Hasbro play tester when I was in preschool.
That just seems like such a denial. Like, here's all the best toys that we have to offer at Hasbro.
Yeah, you can't have them.
And now you can't have them.
They would always ask questions like, "Which one did you like most? Like, what
The
did you
one that
like
you
about
kept?"
this one?"
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. I mean, I like them all. They're all toys. Can I have one?
No.
No.
The
I mean,
corporate overlords would just tease you with all the best
My
stuff.
mother's stepmother worked for Hasbro for 35 years, and I played with like Ghostbuster prototypes and everything like that. And they still apparently my grandparents still have it. Yeah, the Proton Pack prototype, and yeah, so I'm like hoping like at some point they'll clean out their garage and be like, "Hey, Allie, do you want these toys?" I'd be like, "Yes, yes, please." But I never got any toys, you know. Well, no, Christmas time. Christmas time we used to get toys from Hasbro.
When I lived in Longmont, Colorado, we had it wasn't like Sega of America, but they had hired another company to come into the high school, and they hired a bunch of like teenagers to play prototype games. And I remember just going, they would pick you up in a bus after school and take you to a cubicle in an office, and you would literally just play Genesis for like 4 hours. And you got to, yeah. And the break room was kick ass because like you'd go in there, it was nothing but arcade games on free play. So it was like to take a break from playing games, you went to play games.
Yeah. Nice.
And they would let you keep them at the end of the thing, but it's like after 30 days of the same game, 4 hours, 3 days a week, it was like a paperweight.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't really let you keep it. They would give you just like a cartridge without the actual plastic shell on it.
Yeah.
You know, paperweights. Again, it was just kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Did you ever get anything like that, man? Or I mean, you're so much more older than the rest of us.
Yes, no.
You're not that much older than me.
We
yeah, right.
No. My first toy
My pet rock.
No, you guys are so advanced. My first toy was dirt.
But
And
we even had it in sandwiches
the first
too.
Transformers. If you put water in the dirt, mud.
There you go.
Yep.
They had the first Transformer. It was called corn. You'd put the seed in the dirt, and it transformed into a vegetable, and I had to get up at 3 a.m. and go harvest it.
Yeah, that's 100% true. And it's like if you go out into, the grandparents would be like, "Hey, here's something fun. Let's go out and pick green beans in these in the hot summer weather, and you might get bitten by a snake." So
not the steak part, but I did that growing up. Yeah.
Well, that was kind of like in grade school when they would take you to the. You remember in like grade school, I don't know if everybody else did this, but we did it multiple times when I was growing up. They took you on the field trip to the cotton field and made you pick cotton in the hot ass sun all day. And then you didn't even get to keep the cotton. Like, it's like, this is child labor, man. This is all this was.
Like,
they got a hell of a racket going. Yeah, like we've got a whole vat of cotton here because we brought 50 school kids out here in the blazing heat.
We had to go to Plymouth.
They think it's fun.
Plymouth was where we went for something like that. Plymouth and Sturbridge Village, and we used to watch at Plymouth. Like I watched this lady like totally like tear apart a chicken. Like,
right.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't get that experience in grade school.
I got that experience just pulling it.
I remember in grade school. Speaking of that, I came into my grandma and grandpa's house, and my mom was skinning a squirrel.
What?
It had died.
Did it taste like chicken?
Well, obviously.
You would think, but no. But apparently, she was just like, "Yeah, this is what we do when you're not looking, I guess."
So, do you think you ate like squirrel meat, like just without knowing it?
You would know if you ate squirrel.
Really?
Is it gamey or something? Or okay.
I don't even know what gamey is.
If you're eating squirrel and you're picking buckshot out of your teeth, you're pretty sure it's squirrel.
Yeah. But who decided what tasted gamey and what god awful creature were they eating?
Do you think that God just gave up one day? He's like, you know what? To hell with it. Make it all taste like chicken.
It's like, look, I can't think of any more. Yeah.
Because every time you ask somebody, I had gator last week. No kidding. What was that like? Oh, it tastes like chicken.
Tastes like chicken. It does, though.
At what point somebody's going to say, "Oh, it tastes like gator"? Like what?
No, never.
You know, like when have you ever heard anybody like an Ethiopian say, like, you know, it tastes like zebra?
But
if they could catch one.
I don't know. They can run fast.
Those
You ever hear that old joke? What's Evel Knievel's next greatest stunt? Running through an Ethiopian village with a hot dog tied to his back.
Good.
Oh my God.
Well, I always try to put one of them in here.
That's too soon, and he's been dead 20 years.
But going back to what you were saying, like we didn't have like when we were younger, you didn't have a lot of action figures and stuff. That was a kind of a breed of the '80s that marketing and Star Wars came in. But it forced you to go outside and. Oh, you had the Big Joe, Big Jim, Adventure Time Jim. Yeah.
Yeah, Big Jim was my dude. That's
He had the flocked hair face and the beard. Yeah. But
this is before my time.
We jokingly say like stick with a hoop, but yeah, it forced you to be creative and come out with dangerous fun. Did you have lawn darts? I had lawn darts. You would remember that thing? You'd whip it up in the air and try and not brain yourself on the way back down. The kid who wins gets coloring books for Christmas for the rest of his life.
Yep.
We would have firecracker fights.
Yeah, you'd shoot bottle rockets and Roman candles at
each other's faces. Yeah.
Don't forget clackers.
Well,
Yep.
You'd break the stick off of like the big bottle rocket, throw it in a group of your friends, and take off laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, we've even talked about it in the past. Rock fights.
Right. Oh,
That's the pastime in Tucson, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
It's just throwing rocks at each other.
I don't know. Josh and I both, weirdly enough, as we found out months ago, grew up in Tucson, Arizona, kind of around the same time. And you would have these droughts where everything would just dry up. So these mud beds would just become these like dirt clawed fields. And you'd just be beaming these things at each other like all day long. It's like rocks going blind, probably suffocating. Probably why we all have asthma now. But
Probably.
you didn't even think about it. You just went out and did it.
You got creative. You would throw the dirt clods at the 3 3/4 inch Star Wars
Boom.
figure.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's what fireworks were for. Everybody did. That's why Star Wars figures are worth so much money now, the vintage ones, because we all blew them up and just maimed them and disfigured the things.
I had so many Han Solos in Hoth gear, and they didn't survive.
They never made it.
Again, it was dangerous fun. You'd be bored and your parents would be at work. It's like you're in the garage. You're like, hey, that's a can of WD-40. I wonder if it's flammable.
Is it?
What is the melting point of Han and Hoth gear, We're not sure, but we're going to find out after the break,
Was it just like a thing to where, like, if you had an action figure, no matter what, that action figure at some point would get buried in the ground for like a week,
Yeah.
if not more?
If I went to half the houses, I was a brat. We moved all over the place when I was growing up. If I went back to half the houses I lived at, there's probably a gold mine of crap buried in those backyards, man. Just
The dude from Mask, the one with the green motorcycle.
yeah.
He's buried somewhere in a lawn, Cleveland, Mississippi.
Tennessee. Yeah, Cleveland, Mississippi. There's a destination.
Yep.
Yep.
That's how they roll.
I think it's all the same Cleveland.
What was
but
the
it's
best?
like it's like there's a Doctor Strange circle in every Cleveland, and you could just go to each one.
The portal opens up and you're in like, Cleveland, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Who wants to go to Cleveland, Ohio, man?
Right?
You're right.
Exactly.
It's like we gave up with the.
There's even less to do in Ohio.
You want to know why though? Because it's O at the end and round. Oh no, high at the top. Never mind. I'm shutting up.
It was a good try. That was a good try.
It was a nice effort. Golf clap, everyone. Golf clap. Yeah.
Well, it's round at the ends and high in the middle. There it is.
It took a little while, but we got it out.
Yeah.
What was the best toy you ever had? Like when you weren't poor, living in a dirt floor hovel in Mississippi, Cleveland.
Two things.
Right.
I liked Big Jim. One thing.
Big Jim was dope.
I have.
And you had all the accessories too, or did you just have Jim? Because that was the bone when you got like G.I. Joe and stuff in the 70s. Like you would get like, it's like when you were a kid, you only had one stormtrooper. Like, what am I supposed to do with him?
Troop building wasn't a thing back then.
Right. Well, it's like you got Darth Vader and his one trooper. And
My
he can't hit
dude.
for shit anyway, so you're in trouble one way or the other.
My
but
dude, how many Cobra soldiers do you have?
like over 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll show you a picture later. It's impressive.
It is.
I feel like
He
a
has
little
set them
dictator
all up.
standing in front of these things. Yeah.
Well, especially with Cobra with the Ku Klux Klan.
Right,
mask.
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
But best toy.
Best toy. There were Mego did Planet of the Apes figures.
Oh man.
And there was a Planet of the Apes treehouse that the human astronauts could escape.
Right.
But you had to attach them to what appeared to be a green bean. And then you could catapult them out of the treehouse. and that was my favorite thing outside of Big Jim. And with Big Jim, I had Safari Jim.
Right. So he had all the tiger and everything, and
He had a rhino
oh well.
with a Jeep and a big net on the top where you could capture the rhino.
Right. You didn't have the seal hunter Big Jim that came with the meat hook where you could beat one of the. No, I'm kidding. That's
No, that did exist.
Did they really have a
Probably.
seal hunting Big Jim?
Well, you got the one Big Jim, and then you would get outfits like
Right.
Barbie.
Right, or Joe. You
Or
know,
Joe,
G.I. Joe.
yeah.
Now he's
Because-
a Marine. Now he's in the Navy.
Yeah.
Now he's in the Air Force.
Now, and there was scuba
And now he's a
gear.
ninja. Yes.
And
Yeah.
for some reason, there was a basketball player, Big
Right.
Jim, and his action.
Not just a clever name.
No.
Yeah, right.
But it was basketball player Big Jim.
It was
and you
basketball
could-
player Big Tyrone. Yes.
But you would push a button on his back, and he would kick. For what
Why?
reason does basketball Big Jim kick?
Ask
And-
not these questions.
No, he came with a little basketball that was scaled to size.
Sure.
But it was about this big, and I lost it on day 2,
Well, of course
Yeah.
you did.
or my dog ate it.
Right.
Both. Yeah. And my dog ate it, and then I found it on day 4, and gross.
Ew. Yeah. Ew.
Y'all remember Secret Sam?
No, I don't remember Secret Sam.
This is before my
Do
time.
I want to know about
so-
Secret Sam? Because this sounds like a creep that's not allowed near a school. Anyway,
It came with a briefcase,
right.
Ooh.
and in it was a pistol that you could convert to a rifle.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
And then you had a little periscope that you could spy around corners, and it had a camera, and you could shoot something. You could shoot with the loaded pistol.
I would play with that now.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
That sounds great. You remember, because I guess this is pre,
My sister sat on it and broke it.
well, of course. It's really like when you got like a G.I. Joe Sky Striker and had the parachutes and they would go to shit. Like after the first time you threw them,
yeah.
they'd get hooked in a tree and that was it. And that was the end of the thing. I remember my dad thought he'd be clever and get us a remote control submarine for Christmas one year. And the first time we took it into the lake, it dove and never came back. And this was in that thing. They didn't really have that kind of stuff in the early 80s. So that was like $100. That was a big deal in 1983. And you've sunk your submarine like within 10 minutes of getting it out of the box. Yeah, he was. Yeah, oh yeah, we had to go in there, but it was never to be seen again.
Much like the Titanic.
Right. Just wasn't meant to be. What was your best toy?
My best toy?
Best toy.
I don't know. Like, I was a Barbie kid, obviously. I mean, I still am a Barbie kid.
You know what I'm looking for is those Barbie and the rockers. You remember those like neon green
Yes.
and hot pink? Yeah, I'd love to have a set of those
They
just
were
because
like,
it's so
look,
1985.
Jim and the Holograms is selling so poorly that we have to compete
Yep.
with Barbie and the Rockers.
Actually, I just got a new gem, like, not that long ago.
I love that
They
Jim
redid
has
it.
come
They
back,
redid
yeah.
her.
I just
And
saw her
so,
last
yeah.
weekend.
She's so
Sam
nice.
Newark. Yeah, she is
Yeah,
such a
she's the
sweet lady.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous doll. But no, like, I want to say, like, my most creative toy I remember was this thing that was called Precious Places. And what it was just like basically like a dollhouse, only you didn't have dolls, they just had like little plastic figures and stuff like that. But it had to do with magnets. So you had like these things, these magnets underneath, so you can make the people go through the house.
Oh, I remember that thing.
And you can open up
Yeah, that was
secret
cool.
doors and everything like that. And I had to collect like every single one of them.
I honestly didn't know those existed, but it reminds me of Precious Moments.
Right? Yeah. I was thinking
Yeah.
the same thing.
But yeah, they were called Precious Places. And yeah, I used to set them up for Christmas. Like I used to like get like cotton like batting and make snow and all in my room. I had my own little like village, snow village and stuff like that. And yeah.
That's the best thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Are you one of those people that gets like the holiday, like entire town figurines?
My grandmother did, and I
You're
actually
talking
have
about those little porcelain houses
the
that you get at
porcelain
Christmas?
house. Yeah.
Like every year it's like they got one for Halloween, they got one for Christmas.
Yep.
Right.
Or, like,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
got one for summer.
You kind of keep building the village as
Both-
the years go on.
And then suddenly it's overtaking your house like one of those
Yep.
train collectors.
Right.
Both my grandmothers collected them, and I actually inherited half of my grandmother's Dickens Village.
Nice.
So yeah.
I was just gonna say that's the best thing about toys when you're kids. It sparks the imagination of making the snow. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
we
G.I.
used to
Joes,
take
you go-
that spray snow and put it on the
Yeah.
roofs and everything. Yeah.
It's like G.I. Joe's. You go outside, you'd spend all day with your friends digging trenches around the backyard, much to the chagrin of your parents.
And that's why you bury all of your action
The-
Right.
figures.
And then
The
by the
worst-
time the day was over, you didn't have time to actually play with it because you spent all day digging holes in
Yep.
the damn ground.
The worst and the best thing was the Sears catalog with all those cool pictures.
Yup.
Oh,
With
yeah.
everything
Yep.
posed. Because I was like, man, I want to find a place like that.
Right.
Every single one of those items in there.
And that's back when
You used to circle.
you used to circle everything in
Yep,
the wish
every
book,
single
like just
thing you
the
wanted for Christmas.
non-subtle hints for your moms, aka Santa, like, hey, this better show up this year.
I remember with G.I. Joes, when I first got those guys, instead of playing with them a lot like I should have, I took the Marvel Superheroes role-playing game and made G.I. Joe statistics.
Well, there you go.
So it was awesome. So I would, instead of just going, and going, I was like, okay, Cobra Commander takes 20 points damage. Boop, boop, doop. That was,
All you needed was a die.
oh yeah.
When I was a kid, we'd have like the Star Wars and the G.I. Joes. You'd set them up on rows on each side of a table, and you could take rubber bands and shoot at them.
Listen, it's the same thing. Like, you can ask every single person who has ever owned a Barbie.
Right.
We are absolute psychopaths.
Oh, yeah.
Like, okay, we are
Cut
Yeah.
their hair off, markered them up.
No, not in that way. Like, if you destroyed your Barbie and you only had one Barbie, you are playing with that Barbie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Yep.
I'm talking about the storylines that if you get like, if you inherit like multiple, or you go to the third store, you get multiple Barbies.
Like a bag of naked
you now have,
Barbies.
like an entire universe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Goes to the equivalent of Cynthia.
There was, I can't, it's gonna, I'm going into places that I'm not supposed to go since we're here, but like, yeah, that,
Whoa.
What is happening?
we are,
Sweating over here.
Profuse. It's like,
Honey, I need to look for
gush.
another job.
we are deviants when it comes to Barbies. I mean, I cannot even mention the storylines I would get into when I was like 12 years old. Like, it's, yep,
And apparently they had no clothes either.
most of them.
Could you get a bag of like 20 from the thrift store for like $5? My sister used to do it. All ratted out hair, not a stitch of clothes
That's
on.
what I
them.
do. I still collect them.
I'd bring in my 12-inch Joe with
his.
his 3-day pass. Hi.
My sister and my cousins would always, actually, since you mentioned KKK hood Cobra,
Yeah.
my 12-inch Cobra Commander that I had, they would just take the hood off. He's got that neat little red bandana on.
Yeah.
They would have him basically beat up Ken, and then that was who every Barbie was going on a date with.
I love the fact that your Cobra Commander is now like on top of the box where all of my
Yeah.
my Hot Toys and my Barbies are all in because I haven't put them back on my shelf just yet after moving my
Yes,
shelf.
he's staking his claim.
Well, he is Cobra Commander.
Apparently. I mean, well, I don't have a Ken, so.
I'm so glad I never got into the Hot Toys round. Those things
It's just too
Oh
much
my
money.
God.
It's ridiculous. So
And are they?
I cannot tell you
Are they
how much my
posable
Hot
at
Toys.
all?
Oh,
Yeah.
Hot Toys?
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
They're,
all
they're
right.
like
Oh, yeah, they're
$300 or
completely-
12-inch dolls that are like spot on
Okay, well.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
or
Oh man.
Yep.
whatever.
I was hoping they were terrible toys.
No, they're really good.
They're really good. I own 12 of them.
But I mean, I think
they're an investment for life, though.
They are.
if you're going to buy one Iron Man, you want a Hot Toy.
I
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
do not have an Iron Man. I do have a Tony Stark head, but I don't have an Iron Man. I don't have a body.
You just have a little
the
head?
4 Spider-Man.
I have 3 Spider-Mans. I have 2 Lokis. I have 2 Hawkeyes.
Well, see, if you just bought one Spider-Man, you could have had a whole Iron Man and
Well,
not
I'm
just a
trying
little
to
head.
sell 2 of those Spider-Mans.
Zing!
Good night, everybody.
I'm keeping Tom Holland, but the other 2 I think I'm gonna get rid of.
Do you remember when Mattel was like experimenting with Barbies? Like there would be, you'd have like a realistic textured Barbie, or the ones that you could pose.
Yeah, with
But it was like
the flex waist.
Yeah, the ones with
Yeah.
the tummies.
Yeah.
So weird. Also the ones with the limbs. There was at least one time where they had like the limbs and they were like stiff posable, where you could like now do this.
They had like a wire or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
running through
But
them.
they were
It wasn't
so
quite
ugly.
bendy, but yeah.
They were
Yep.
raw, and that was
Yeah.
But those are like the same material, those big rubber wrestler figures, those LJN wrestlers
Yeah.
from the
Those
80s.
things, those
The
would
dog
give,
toy.
those would give your brother a concussion.
Right, you can whip
Yeah.
that thing across the room and knock somebody out for real,
The
just like
fool.
Hogan.
Yeah.
Sibling of Stretch Armstrong.
Right.
Yep.
Well, Stretch Armstrong, softer.
That's the one.
Softer.
He
than
had like
those
a
guys.
weird corn syrup inside
corn
of him.
syrup.
Yeah, I found out that.
Well, everybody
immediately.
found out. Again, it's like your parents would leave you home, and it's then stretches on the vise in the garage. Well, how far can he stretch?
They don't age well either.
Well, they dry out.
Yeah.
They dry out or they seep, and it's really
seeping.
gross.
I didn't,
Like that.
If your toy
I
has
didn't
to,
come here to hear the word seep.
It's
if you have a toy that on the box says "Beware of seepage," if you have any product in your home that says "May cause seepage" of any kind from any orifice,
right?
you probably would want to just say no.
Yeah.
Did y'all have the Great
Oh,
Mazinga
yeah, I guess-
Shogun
yeah.
Warrior?
I can't hear y'all now.
The Great Mazinga Shogun Warrior with the fist that would fly
Yeah.
off?
Oh yeah.
And
most
how
people
many
would.
times did you lose the fist?
Well, the Godzilla that had one. Remember?
Oh,
remember the
that-
tall Godzilla, the Tony
That was
Godzilla.
my favorite, yeah.
Everybody had that thing growing up in the 80s.
Now
I
I am
did.
pretty
Well, it's because you were lame and Hasbro took all the cool toys back away from you.
Yeah, they
I
did.
think my action figure obsession currently, and I don't buy as much as I should just
Right.
do. Yeah, but they recreate Super 7 does the old
Yeah.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
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 With the
5 points of articulation.
yeah,
Yeah, but they're
and
cool.
The flame tongue that comes out. Yeah,
Right.
It's-
I had the big one in the 80s. It
Yeah.
was about 2 feet tall.
Mhm.
It had like a fit, and for whatever reason, because Godzilla didn't even do it, but his fist would fire off, and he had like a little lever in his back.
That was a Mechagodzilla thing.
No, it wasn't. It was a regular
Yeah.
Godzilla. He just had a flying
One
fist.
In the movie, didn't Mechagodzilla?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why does the lizard detach his fist and throw it at you? Like,
Yeah.
You know what they don't? You know what they don't? They didn't make enough of back then, because otherwise I would have had them already in my house. They didn't make enough Mothra stuff. Like Mothra's
Oh, yeah.
cool as hell.
I don't think they made any.
I don't think they really. Rodan always seemed to be the
Yeah,
villain.
they-
Rodan, it was Rodan, but like Mothra is literally Mothra goes, hey, guess what?
Yeah.
Like just like welcome to nuclear rays of death.
Yeah.
not to
yeah.
pimp my-
Mothra's OP.
movies that
That was
I've
always my favorite.
not to pimp the movies that I was in, but when they did King of the Monsters, they made Mothra about as cool as you could be. When she
Yeah.
powered up another
Oh.
kaiju,
That was cool.
that was badass.
Yeah.
You took okay. Let's be honest. Probably the most useless of the kaiju is a giant flying moth. I mean,
Yeah.
you could kill it with a bug zapper,
But,
but they used her in a cool way. It's like when she
Yeah.
powers up another kaiju, and that's really awesome.
For all intents and purposes, she was the equivalent of the evil Megazord.
Sure,
Yeah.
it was like a battery for a kaiju. You know.
I mean, she does in the Toho movies. She does like fire beams from her eyes, and like, she's got like healing wings and stuff.
Right, right.
She can go-
Fluttering that weird powder all over something and it heals, or
Yes.
the crops
Yeah.
grow funny and
But she's also the kaiju version of a phoenix too, so you know that's cool too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She's just like, well, I'm gonna die, so egg.
right.
Just-
Ha
Jumping back to where to go? He disappeared off into the middle of nowhere.
he did.
Bill and Ted.
Probably the Bill and Ted.
Jumping off of the Secret Sam. Back when I was a youngin', I say being 30.
A Ute. One of the Utes. What are Utes?
I went absolute bananas when my grandmother, the one that I actually like, long story.
Let it out, brother.
Yeah,
Tell your truth, man. Tell your truth.
The couch is right here. We'll.
We don't have 5 days. We don't have 5 days for that.
Okay, fair enough.
TLDR. My Mosu got me the old school long shot blaster. Nerf.
Oh yeah, I remember that. There was like a crossbow.
Yeah, there was that one, and then there was the like the one that was like 3 blasters and one that could connect to each.
Oh yeah.
Massive missile, the little pistol thing. So good.
I used to work at the Toys R Us over here around the corner. Oh, I do too, man. Because we would all like. Again, this is my early 20s, so we were a bunch of damn delinquents anyway. So every night after work, it'd be like 1 o'clock in the morning. We'd take stuff out in the parking lot. The managers, all of us, the whole crew would be out there, and we had those like you remember like bazookas that had that big foam dart about yay big, like about.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, man, that thing you could crank that like power thing up and fire, and that dude shot me at point blank in the nuts. And he was laughing. I mean, this thing shoots like a football field. Like he's just, my boss is laughing. I'm like, yeah, where was HR 30 years ago when that happened?
I think HR exists because that happened.
Probably.
Right.
Those departments started because of that.
Yeah. Yep.
HR was the one that shot you.
Yeah.
We were talking about Barbies earlier. The other thing I remember from working at like KB Toys at the Galleria when I was a manager, I remember we had like, they used to try and do the textured underwear on her.
Uh-huh.
You remember that?
Yeah. I
But they
hated it.
often didn't paint it, so it looked like,
It was all fleshy. Yeah.
right, so it looked like she was like
They still
70s
do it.
Barbie.
They still do it.
And it's weird, like, paint that. It's not right.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember the clip-on pregnant Barbie?
I do.
Yes.
I had one. I
Yes.
have one still.
And he just is like, oh, she's pregnant. Oh,
Yep.
No,
midge.
she's got a belly.
Yep.
She's got like a belly that you could turn over, and
Pregnant midge. Yep.
it's got like a bubble, and you can put the belly of the baby in
Yeah.
there, or you can turn it over and it's flat on
Yeah,
the other
it
side.
was-
For some reason I'm thinking about that game Trouble with the little thing in the middle.
Yeah, it was.
Well, if Barbie's pregnant, I guess she is probably
yeah, the
trouble.
story
But
about that one was Midge.
Every Barbie in the Barbie movie was a real Barbie, which
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought was
The
great.
The pregnant
But
Midge
yeah,
was a thing, and they actually recalled all
can
of them. It is actually one of the most sought after Barbies now in the collector market. It is, yes.
well, the pregnant
Um,
Barbie was like used as an educational tool in schools and stuff. Junior highs and elementary schools, they would use this doll.
but they thought they said that
Right.
it promoted
Right.
it promoted teen pregnancy is why they yeah.
And the other highly sought after doll is they had the mix up at the factory where the voice boxes for the 12-inch Joes got into the Barbies. So it was like,
Oh well,
and
yeah.
Barbie was in the Joe. So they called it the Don't Ask, Don't Tell G.I. Joe because literally we had them in our store. You'd push the button and Joe would be like, let's go shopping. I love the mall. You know, my favorite color is pink, you know, and it's,
yeah. Duke would say math is hard.
you're right.
Actually, one of the very most sought after Barbies is Earring Magic Ken.
I was about to mention that. Is anyone
Yes.
remember Magic Earring Ken?
Magic Earring Ken.
Okay, so
He
what happened
he was
I love him
fabulous.
already.
Oh, well.
Yes.
He was a little fabulous.
Yeah.
So,
Which is totally acceptable now, but in the 90s, yeah, you
Yeah, like this was like 90s, early 2000s.
Yep. Yep.
They thought that.
it was going to promote guys to be homosexual or.
See, they didn't understand the cultural context behind the fashions they were.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, appropriating culture.
It's just like all of those skippers that had like the pacifiers. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
because
back
all the
in
kids, the rave
scene,
kids, yeah.
They used to have like the
Oh.
pacifiers, and there used to be these plastic pacifiers that you used to wear as a necklace, and yeah, that was a thing, and so like because it was such a big thing at that point in time, you could like find these pacifiers everywhere.
They had lights in them.
Barbie picked up on that.
Was there drugs on those pacifiers?
LSD.
Well, sometimes.
Okay.
Mostly
You know what I'm
LSD.
waiting for? A trailer trash Barbie. When are we going to get that one? She.
Those you get at the second-hand store.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. We need.
Tornado Barbie.
She needs to come with like a busted up trailer, and she can have 12 cats in the box with her, and flannel, and like
I'd buy it.
two different
Yeah.
types of boot, like a combat boot and a flip flop,
Yeah.
Silver bullet Barbie.
silver bullet.
Oh.
No, not that
Is that like
Oh.
a werewolf?
I mean, werewolf Barbie would be cool. as
That
hell.
would be cool.
Actually, it would.
Do a line of Universal Barbie
They
monsters.
really
They
should.
probably have done it at some.
Surely.
Also,
Yeah.
wasn't that just Monster High?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yes, that is true.
Also, I don't know where my grandmother got this idea, but she would get me like two of the Barbie of the year kind of things. Where it's like
Oh yeah.
a special box, and it's like, oh, that's giving me a lot of money. No, it's not.
No,
My
it isn't.
my sister has every single holiday Barbie from year 1989 to 1998.
And the first one is the only one
Every
that's worth
single
money.
one of them is in the box. has not been opened. My dad has them in a box downstairs in the basement, and that was the whole thing that they used to say that, oh, it's going to be worth a lot of money. You can get one of those for like maybe $30.
No, the first one actually goes for a few
The
bucks.
first one does
Everything
go for
after
a few
that.
hundred.
Star
The
Trek
first one goes for about $300.
The first one that they ever did, which was the Galileo.
Right.
That's the one that's actually worth money. None of the ones.
Right. After that,
Yep.
it was like the thrill is lost. But you always find that, and I am that Joker that's got like 30 of those ships on his tree every year at Christmas.
The
Nowadays with the secret layer cards and Magic the Gathering.
That's one that I can't believe is still going after all this time. Magic the Gathering
Okay,
is still a thing.
They have a Final Fantasy crossover, and I want.
Now, see-
There's everywhere.
That ain't Magic the
I want a
Gathering. That's Final
Grahatia
Fantasy the
so
card
bad.
game. That's,
So it also goes into like they're going to make more in like the storyline. But the problem is that everyone's like, hey, you're doing like magic cards based on these fandoms. What if we did more?
I know.
Yep.
They will.
Stranger Things, The Gathering.
You got Ash. You got Ash in there. Ash
Star
with
Trek,
his-
The Gathering. Marvel, The Gathering.
That's gonna be coming up.
cool.
I have.
John, does that mean you'll be a magic card?
Oh, great. I hope so.
It's
That
happening.
would be awesome.
That would be.
Actually, I would love that.
The one thing.
Proxy,
Well, the one thing I saw like years ago when we were doing Guardians is like they had a book of all the crap they were going to do, and there was going to be a Lego man of me, and I thought that would have been really cool. But they didn't do them. They just, I guess, for whatever reason, it never made it past whatever prototype or suggestive thing. But that would have been rad because everybody could get an action figure, but who gets to be a Lego man? You know?
Right? Yeah, that's an achievement right there.
I was gonna say, because you guys were asked, you guys were talking about your favorite toys as a kid. So I'm only 27. Boo, I know.
Oh, you're all right.
Yeah.
So my dad was in the Coast Guard, and he at some point got to bring home some boarding line. So he's like, I'm gonna make a rope swing, and I'm like, that is the most dangerous rope swing you could ever do.
And God bless him for it. He went full on MacGyver with that shit, huh? Tie a tire to it and go to not even that much.
No tire, just like
Just the rope.
boarding line. That's not a rope swing. That's a noose.
You know, it's funny you should say. Yeah. I think he might have been trying to tell you something, but no. We actually did an episode like where we kind of went off on a mad tangent about vandalism as children and that's all the
That
really
one might
crazy
not
dumb
be
shit.
put up.
It likely will never hear the air because once I started thinking about it, I was like, that's really incriminating. Like,
Yeah.
I know there's a statute of limitations, but the dumb stuff we would again when you didn't have toys like that when you were our age, we didn't really have a lot, but you had to get out there and get real creative.
Yeah.
Our the competition for our high school,
Right.
and they had a panther
Right.
like Manimal, but they had a big ceramic panther out in front.
Hey, you dropped it again.
Yeah, I did.
He never gets through a panel without mentioning the Manimal.
It's the best TV show in the planet.
Anyway, go on.
But
did y'all defame the panther?
we stole the panther.
Oh yeah, well every school did that stuff.
And we stole it, and when we returned it, it had it was in Dayglow colors. It was like Earring Magic Ken, but a panther.
Right.
How did you remove it from the base?
At the time, it was not held together in a sturdy manner.
That's their fault.
Now that's why it is.
Yeah.
That's why it is exactly.
I remember we had like a school in Longmont, Colorado. The school across town had like 4 or 5 like red coats from the British Redcoats, and we'd paint them up like Kiss on Halloween. Stuff like that. Just steal their stuff, break their stuff.
It kind of reminds me of the prank wars that MIT apparently has.
Oh,
Right.
They're legends.
Like MIT's famous for prank wars.
Right.
With I think it's Caltech or something like that. Or like
Yeah, one
Do you
of them-
remember a movie
one
called
point they
Real
put a
Genius
car
with
on
Val
top.
Kilmer?
Yeah.
That was kind of
Real-
loosely
yeah,
based
Real
off that,
Genius,
where they
yeah.
would like freeze the whole floor of one of the dormitories and make it an ice rink or whatever.
And they filled up the whole building with popcorn.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was
The only
Classic.
reason I know that MIT has prank wars is because of that one line from Spencer Reed.
Well, that's a reach.
Dr. Spencer Reed. Thank you very much.
Spencer Reed. He was like, don't mess with an MIT student during Frankfurt because we're nuclear. And I was like, okay, this can't be a thing. Oh,
It is a thing.
Oh, that's a thing.
It is a very.
It's been a
And
thing
you know,
for
they
a very
did
long
that.
time.
That was a continuing storyline, a little subplot on Criminal Minds, because he was constantly going against Morgan, and he would just whisper to Morgan, "I will destroy you."
Yes.
And then he finally got his dues, but like he enjoyed 4 hours of relentless screaming.
Weird bit of trivia too. MIT, like arguably the smartest kids in the world going there. They're the ones that supposedly started the 420 thing. And the story I heard is there was a bunch of guys that lived in a dorm, and every day at 420 they'd get together and smoke a bowl before they went to the next class. And it just kind of spread from there.
I believe it. I'd believe it.
I'd buy it.
Yeah.
At this point, I mean, with all the stress that any sort of computer type nerds have to deal with back then, yeah, you had to get your chill time somewhere.
Yep.
I had math classes that could have probably been
I probably would have been to more of my classes if I wasn't doing that.
I went to art school, so like
Oh,
our classes,
Jesus, yeah.
our classes were like. I can't go into it though. Like,
We're in the
my
library.
classes
What is
were-
happening?
My classes were nothing like 7 hours of a naked guy right in front of you. Like
There's a whole episode.
there is a whole episode of me talking about it.
Right.
There is.
Okay, well, put a link to that in the show notes when you post this.
That's all we need to know.
I can't remember which one it is.
Was Allie traumatized or not?
She can't remember which one it is, but just so you start each episode, and as soon as she starts talking about the naked guy,
Actually, I think my favorite thing so far out of Allie is the glove guy, but that's a whole
The
nother
glove
topic.
guy, yeah.
Glove
He
guy.
has not come back
Right.
ever since. He
She has a
not
stalker
come back.
friend online that just wants her to wear gloves, and I find that fascinating. Like,
That's all he would say. That's all he would
really,
say.
like
He's
of all the weird
he's like,
fetishes,
I-
though, man. Like,
I love gloves. He was like, I love gloves. It doesn't matter, latex, cloth, whatever. He's like,
And I
I
told
just
her, we
really
need to-
like gloves, and I'm like, that's good for you. I don't have any.
and I kept telling her we need to find her like a hamburger helper and like all the weirdest gloves we can find,
Mickey Mouse
just to
gloves.
screw. Yeah, right. Like, I'm like just screw with him.
They might actually have something about her.
I'm sure there's
I don't get weird
onlygloves.com.
stalkers, but I mean, I'd rather have glove guy than get like, have somebody want to wee on you or something.
That's true.
There's a lot of sickos out there, but it's escalation. Where does it go after the gloves?
Yep.
Yeah.
You would be surprised if you knew anything about like those 5-minute craft things that you see online.
Those are so weird.
They are weird.
They are.
Yeah.
Oh.
Those things are weird.
5-minute craft thing.
I always feel like those people are.
5-minute crafts. So just look it up. There's like so many of them.
I always feel
No.
like those people are under duress while they're filming that.
Right?
That's so weird.
Right off the screen, there's a guy with a gun to their head.
That
In
in
some Eastern Bloc country being recorded doing these 5-minute crafts.
another
That
one of
just
my
the last time I got
favorites-
set up like that, I was told to go look up a blue waffle, and that's why I don't do.
No.
I don't follow internet anymore.
Hey, so it actually is a thing. There are
Huh?
crafts.
Yeah, no, he doesn't know, but he doesn't need to know
You've
right
never
now.
seen a blue waffle?
Don't
Why?
Oh, you got to look it up
Josh,
now.
no.
Don't do it.
No.
Don't do
Here,
it.
I'll show you. No.
Change stuff. Look, you're clearing the room.
You're-
That's right.
You've tricked me before.
Gotta set a herbalitis type 2.
That's it.
I do love the DIY. Like those crack me up. Those are really funny.
Those people are under duress.
Yeah, right? It's either that or
It's like
just
right
I'm
off
just
screen,
glad to
there's a
see
guy with a gun going,
I'm just glad to see that the internet is silently shifting from basically porn to like crafting and like TikTok videos on how to make yogurt at home and like delicious snacks and
I mean, shit, I learned how to make butter in a mason jar.
there you go.
There you go.
Like, you just take heavy
Yeah.
cream and just heavy cream, salt, shake, you get an arm workout. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Like, mind you, it also feels like you're screwing in a light bulb for the next, like, half an hour while you're doing it.
you can do that with
Start
the other
churning
hand.
butter in your own home.
Yeah.
Honestly, churning butter is a workout. Nowadays, I just use my
You know, I bet you if you go to Walmart, there's probably a magazine for that. And now that
Probably.
we've gone full circle, we're going to go ahead and end the show.
As we go.
Joe Crowe, Quizmaster, thanks for stopping by and being the fourth mic.
Yeah, man.
And we'll have to do it again.
Yeah,
100%.
totally.
Yes.
And we're going to have to definitely comment some like midget wrestling or something somewhere
Oh,
down there.
I announced midget wrestling.
Oh, I
and
would totally be all in for
It
that.
turns out that they don't mind being called that.
Well, I
I
mean,
was gonna say, isn't it supposed to be little people wrestling?
Well, here's the thing. My very first night at the midget wrestling place, that was the first
that was
thing
the name
I
of the
asked.
promotion, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But that was the first thing I asked. I went back in the locker room and I said, okay.
Look, guys, what's the PC here?
Yeah, can I say this?
That's an awkward conversation.
It was a little because they were all, midget wrestlers in their spandex. And
Hey, where do you think they buy the outfits from? Do you think they get them off like a Cabbage Patch Kid or something? And then,
The things that go for Joel's
Oh my god.
well, they got to have a place for
This
that.
is typical.
there's got to be like a
There's
Right, like the midget wrestling or us.
midget warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Spatula City.
We sell spatulas
It's like
and that's
it's like
all.
yeah, but it's like
Mini
Prince.
dancing.
Like, do you think that Prince bought his clothes in like the adult section, or did he go to juniors? I bet he bought his stuff in juniors. Because where's a grown ass man going to get like a tasseled sequin shirt? Yeah, and lace.
All that lace.
Where do you go to get a puffy purple
That was
pirate
the name
shirt?
of the store he went to. It was called All That Lace.
Right.
Yeah.
I can probably tell you, Los Angeles.
Well,
Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
Welcome to the jungle, indeed.
Yeah.
For the Trick Talking Meat podcast, thanks guys for showing up and hanging out with us, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, y'all. Yay.
So much fun, y'all.
Yeah.
And thank you guys.
Yeah.
The guy was like, talking to Joe, and I was like, I don't know if I'm recording, so I don't know, like.
No, it was fun. We're still recording.
Yeah.